Everybody, my name is Jaron Montgomery. I'm a graduating business administration student, and I'm from Orlando, Florida.
Greetings everyone, my name is Desmond Turner. I'm a graduating accounting student from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Greetings everyone, my name is Delroy Thorpe. I'm a graduating accounting student from West Palm Beach, Florida.
And I am Kiara Crump, a graduating business administration student from Tallahassee, Florida, and we are Increased Financials. On our agenda today, we'll be discussing with you McDonald's. We'll be giving you a brief history of the company, along with the mission, vision, and value statement. With the SWOT analysis, we're giving you the strategic issue, the strategy that we are implementing, our implementation plan, and our projected financials. And we'll open up for questions at the end of the presentation. In 1940, Dick and Mac McDonald's opened a McDonald's barbecue in California. In 1948, they closed down the McDonald's barbecue for 3 months for alterations, and they opened up McDonald's self-service drive-thru. In 1963, McDonald's opened their 500th restaurant in Toledo, Ohio. In 1967, McDonald's had over 7,000 restaurants in 32 countries. And currently, McDonald's have restaurants in over 119 countries. We believe that McDonald's current mission statement fits the 9 components of the mission statement, and you can take a couple of minutes to read over it. We also believe that they have a great vision statement which reads, "Our overall vision is for McDonald's to become a modern, progressive burger company delivering a contemporary customer experience. Modern is about getting the brand to where we need to be today, and progressive is about doing what it takes to be McDonald's our customers will expect tomorrow. To realize this commitment, we are focused on delivering great tasting, high-quality food to our customers and providing a world-class experience that makes them feel welcome and valued." Lastly, McDonald's values good sourcing, good people, good planet, and good communities.
Next, we'll move on to the SWOT analysis, where I'll be discussing the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and threats of the company. First, we move on to the strengths. One of the strengths McDonald's has in the industry is that they're #1 leader in the fast food industry, and this is due for international growth and changes in consumer trends and their spendings. The focus on quality that McDonald's brings to the market is their fast food delivery and having great customer service towards their customers, as well as promoting great quality food at a low price. Another strength McDonald's has is their menu diversification. McDonald's, they currently breakfast is 24 hours, and lunch is also 24 hours, and now they're also putting in a health food menu, health food item on their menu. Another strength they have is McDonald's currently is internationally expanding, which contributes to their sales and their growth in the company. Now we'll move on to the weaknesses. One of the weaknesses McDonald's is facing is lawsuits coming against them for unhealthy food that they deliver to the industry, that people put lawsuits on them for being sick. Another weakness they have is the high debt that the company is in. This is due to them financing for internationally expansion. Last is fluctuations in their net operating income. This is due to consumer spendings and the fluctuations in the economy. Another weakness they have is unhealthy foods. McDonald's unhealthy foods is what lowers their image and drives away consumers that are interested in healthy food products. The internal analysis. McDonald's performance is below average in addressing internal issues. The key weakness is the unhealthy food image that McDonald's promotes and large fluctuations in their net and operating profits. McDonald's revenue will continue to grow because of international expansion. Next, we move on to their opportunities. One of the opportunities McDonald's has is international presence, which has allowed them to grow, and it is also a main part of their sales. Another opportunity they have is franchises are required to pay at least $500 in order for you to be a part of the McDonald's franchise. Next up, they have increase in disposable income in the industry. That's because of fluctuations in wages and interest rates or whatnot, which causes clients not to be able to purchase food. Next opportunity they have is National Restaurant Association, and this is an association that helps McDonald's helps the industry in news and marketing information for the company. Then we move on to their threats. McDonald's currently, their threats in the industry is the demand from consumers for healthier food products, which McDonald's on their menu they have mostly foods that are not healthy, but they're also working on trying to improve their menu for health conscious consumers. Another threat they have is fluctuations in the economy, and that's due to the fluctuations in the wages and expenses that the company faces, also consumer faces. Another threat they have is increase in price index. Increase in price index is where the cost of the products that McDonald's is receiving is continue to go up, which increases the price of the items that they're selling on their menu. And then the last threat that the company faces is industry competition increasing from competitors in the industry, also new competitors entering the fast food industry. External analysis is McDonald's, which is considered in the market industry, is a company that is declining in sales that are based on an increase in price index, which is a result from increase in the cost of livestock. McDonald's is currently doing an above average in addressing opportunity threats by industry growth internationally, which have increased revenue sales for McDonald's. It helped to balance out the increase in costs due to external threats in the industry.
So the most pertinent strategic issue for 2014 with McDonald's was a decline in sales. Basically, because of that decline in sales, we feel that your company should undergo a product development strategy due to your position in the market. Now, that product development includes designing new wrappers and packaging, and also exploring new sauce options to put on different food items and to also offer with those existing food items. Now, in order to implement this strategy, we first want to discuss the strategic plan with research and development and come up with a couple of different benchmarks to try to fine-tune that plan. After that, we want to test and develop those new sauce options just to see exactly what options we have available in terms of implementing new products. Then after that, we want to do a year's worth of pilot tests to make sure that we understand whether or not the consumer will react to those sauce options the way that we want them to. Now after that, we want to assess those pilot numbers. We're going to take about 3 months to do so, just to make sure that we understand the research data that we acquired. After that, we would like to review the promotion budget and allocate some funds to promotion. So at that point, we'll decide how much money we will put into promotion for the following years once we roll out the actual sauce options. After that, we want to set pilot year goals and benchmarks, and we also want to estimate production expenses just to get a rounded idea of what we'll be spending in order to implement these sauce options. The rationale behind this strategy, since McDonald's has a good share of the market, we feel that they have the ability and the room to explore product offerings and see if they can increase sales. Now, the risk associated with this strategy, first is industry trends. This industry is very susceptible to trends. Sometimes trends skew data and skew some of the product offerings that companies have. Some things go out of style. Also, if you fail to actually implement this strategic plan correctly, you may lose money. You'll have a loss in terms of your investment for your time and for your research and development costs. All right, so in terms of the balanced scorecard, the financial benefits that will be associated with this strategy is an increase in sales. The customer benefits would be increased customer loyalty. The employee benefits would be new training on products and offerings. And the process benefits would be an increase in efficient process and a decrease in cost of goods sold.
All right, next up, we have the financials. Currently, right now, you're looking at the company-owned stores financials from 2012 to 2014. And to get a clear understanding of, all right, whatever, we'll start this over. All right, now we're looking at the financials. You have the company-owned store financials, which you see right here from 2012 to 2014. And being that McDonald's operates globally in different markets around the world, they have different foods in different geographic locations. Our sauce option would not really benefit for them, so we decided to have our target market in the United States. So we're doing the company-owned stores, and we also looking at the company-owned revenue contributed from United States stores. So what I've done is I've taken the revenues from the United States company-owned stores, and I divided it by the numbers for the corresponding years to get a percentage. I took that percentage to get an estimate of the SG&A expenses that they might have contributed as well, because they did contribute to that X amount of expense for the revenue, as well as the company operated expenses, other operating income and expenses, things like that. So as you see here, McDonald's, the revenue has went up from 2012 to 2013, but it declined in 2014. Now if you look at all this, all right, go back. And as you see, they have a strong operating income from 2012 to 2013, but it drastically declined in 2014. That's why we want to do the product development, kind of restructure how the McDonald's is selling it, and we're going to do the pilot testing in the company-owned stores. All right, now, as I stated earlier, this is the number from the U.S. company-owned stores in terms of sales, so I took that number and got that percentage point. And this is what we came up with for the SG&A expense, company-operated expenses. And currently, McDonald's does not have research and development, so that's currently at a 0. And advertising was not applicable to that time, because when it comes out to actually implementing this new strategy to the market, we will have that advertising expense pertaining to this rollout in 2015 when we get there. So as you see, from 2012, we have an estimated operating income. It declined from the previous year. If you remember, it was $347, I believe, $1 million. These are millions. And it continued to decline throughout the years until we got to 2014. So now this is when we're implementing our product development strategy. Our research and development is $200,000. So, and we also, advertising is $3 million. We chose those numbers because McDonald's on a daily basis, throughout globally, they spend about $17.7 million in advertising alone, and accumulates nearly $988 million, closing on $1 billion in just advertising expenses. So we felt that $3 million for this for advertising this specific strategy would suffice. All right, now we also decided that this strategy will increase our revenues and sales by 2.5%. So that would be the change from this year to that year. And there was also a corresponding with cost of goods sold. They do not have an actual cost of goods sold account, but it is in their company operated expenses along with payroll and other expenses. Right. That will not incur in cost because that is changing the graphic design of the label. So all you need to do is change the design and reprint it, and they do that on a regular basis, so that will not incur cost. So when we actually implement this strategy, we decided that, like I stated earlier, R&D is $200,000, but to manufacture all the sauces and distribute them throughout the 20 stores, major high cities like that. We have some in Miami, Orlando, New York, Los Angeles, Texas, stores that get high traffic, so we can accurately see how well the sauce will work within our markets. So we have a $10 million that is allocated to company operated expenses, and it will be so for the current years. So as of year one, our cost of investment is $13.2 million. Year two, we will not have another research and development because we already did that for the first year of sauces. So that will incur a cost of another $13 million. So now we're looking at $26.2 million in investments for the first 2 years. Now for the first 2 years, that's when we'll actually survey our consumers and see how well that sauce is doing, how well it tastes within the market before we actually roll it out to all our company owned stores. And as we see, it is a decline, and this decline is due to in 2016, McDonald's will take place in the Summer Olympics, which they heavily participate in, which will increase their SG&A expense, as you see right there, thus lowering their operating income. All right. So as we see that operating income has increased from 2014, when you've seen a drastic change, it is wise to continue with this strategy. And we do a full rollout in 2017 to all the company-owned stores. The company operating expense will increase to $150 million to manufacture this and send it to all the company operated stores, as well as advertising expense will increase to $45 million. Now this is a 10% increase in jump. This changes yearly because of the different fluctuations within the expenses and different events going on in the year. And this will also correspond with the jump from the revenues, including the operating expenses. And as I said before, R&D already took place, so we will not have another research and development expense. Our total gain from investment is $671.7 million, and I just took that from the differences within the years and combined them together. And then I also accrued all of the advertising expense as well as the manufacturing costs for the sauces. Added that all together, and now we have a return on investment of 204%.